What do you think is worth more, this old, beat-up teddy bear, or this huge, sparkling diamond? If you guessed the teddy bear, you are right. Most people think true wealth is locked inside bank vaults or buried treasure, but the truth is, some of the most valuable things on earth might be sitting in a dusty box in your attic right now. Welcome to the Money Machine channel. Today, we are looking at the crazy world of extreme collectibles. We will look at childhood toys, old technology, and everyday items that are now worth a fortune. These items are turning regular people into millionaires overnight. Make sure you watch until the very end. I am going to show you a tiny piece of plastic that just sold for over $1.5 million. Let's start with a huge trend that took over schools back in 1996, Pokemon cards. It started as a simple card game for kids. Now, it has grown into a market worth millions of dollars. Even rich investors are buying these pieces of cardboard. We all know about the famous Charizard card. But let me tell you about the rarest Pokemon card in the world. It is called the Pikachu Illustrator card. You could never buy this card in a store. It was only given as a prize to winners of an art contest in Japan in 1998. Only 39 of these cards exist. Recently, YouTube star Logan Paul bought a perfect copy of this card for $2 million. He even wore it around his neck to a wrestling match. So, how do you know if your old card binder is worth a fortune? You need to look for two special details. First, look on the middle left side of the card for a tiny black stamp that says First Edition. Second, look at the box with the picture. If there is no shadow printed behind the artwork, you have a shadowless card. A first edition, shadowless Charizard in perfect shape can sell for over $300,000. But be careful. Buying and opening old, sealed packs today is a huge gamble. Now, let's move from cardboard to plastic bricks. We have all felt the pain of stepping on a Lego piece with bare feet. But did you know some of those tiny bricks are worth more than real gold? Unopened, vintage Lego sets are great investments. But sometimes, the real money is in the tiny minifigures. Take the 2003 Star Wars Cloud City set. If you have the Boba Fett figure from that specific set, look closely at his arms and legs. That figure has special printing that Lego did not use on other versions. Because of that tiny detail, collectors will happily pay you thousands of dollars just for that one little toy. But that is nothing compared to the ultimate Lego treasure. The most expensive Lego piece ever sold is not a giant castle. It is a single, normal-sized 2x4 brick. But this brick is made of solid 14-karat gold. It sold at an auction for nearly $20,000. Why? Because it was never sold to the public. Between 1979 and 1981, Lego secretly made these gold bricks. They only gave them to business partners and workers who had been at the company for 25 years. It is the ultimate mix of extreme rarity and Lego history. Next, let's step out of the toy room and look inside your closet. Over the last 10 years, collecting sneakers has grown from a small hobby into a massive business worth billions of dollars. When we talk about expensive sneakers, Michael Jordan is the king. Recently, the Air Jordan Dynasty collection was sold at an auction. This was not just any pair of shoes. It was a set of 6 single sneakers. Michael Jordan wore each one during the final games of his 6 NBA championships. The final selling price? $8 million. But it is not just shoes worn in famous games. Do you remember the iconic flu game Jordans? Or what about the legendary Nike Air Mags? Those are the futuristic, self-lacing shoes worn by Marty McFly in the movie Back to the Future Part 2. When Nike finally made a small batch of these shoes for charity, fans went crazy. Today, those futuristic sneakers have sold for over $100,000 a pair. If you have the right pair of unworn sneakers sitting in a box in your closet, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Alright, do you remember that piece of plastic I teased at the very beginning of the video? Welcome to the wild, record-breaking world of retro video games. For decades, video games were meant to be opened, played for hours, and then thrown away or sold. But if you were one of the rare people who bought a game and kept it perfectly sealed in its original plastic wrap, you hit the jackpot. In 2021, a factory-sealed copy of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64 went to auction. Because it was in totally perfect condition, it sold for an unbelievable $1.56 million. And the madness does not stop there. Back in 1990, Nintendo held a massive video game tournament across the United States. To reward the winners, they made special, shiny gold game cartridges. only 26 of these gold games were ever made. They are the unicorns of the gaming world. Today, finding one of these gold cartridges is just like finding a winning lottery ticket. They easily sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, no matter what condition they are in. But what if you do not have rare video games? What about movies and old technology? Believe it or not, the old VHS tape is making a massive comeback. Nostalgic collectors are now paying tens of thousands of dollars for factory-sealed copies of famous 80s and 90s movies. We are talking about original, unopened tapes of Back to the Future, Jaws, and Star Wars. You might have also heard rumors about Disney Black Diamond VHS tapes being worth a fortune. While most of them are very common, a perfectly sealed copy can still sell for a lot of money to the right buyer. And it is not just movies. Vintage Apple technology is shooting up in value right now. Think about the very first original iPhone released in 2007. Most people bought the version with 8 GB of storage. But Apple also sold a 4 GB version for a short time before canceling it. Because it was a failure back then, it is incredibly rare today. Recently, an unopened 4 GB original iPhone sold at an auction for over $190,000. Something that was just a normal cell phone 15 years ago is now a priceless museum piece. So, after hearing all of this, you are probably ready to run up to your attic and start digging. But how do you know if your item is actual treasure, or just trash? In the world of high-end collectibles, there are 4 golden rules you must memorize. Rule number 1, rarity. It is simple supply and demand. How many were made, and how many are still around today? Rule number 2, condition. Listen to me carefully, condition is everything. Professional companies grade items on a strict scale from 1 to 10. A card with a grade of 8 might be worth $100. But that exact same card in a perfect, gem mint 10 condition could be worth $100,000. The difference is tiny. Rule number 3, demand. Is there a wealthy buyer who actually wants to own it? Being rare means nothing if nobody cares about the item. And finally, rule number 4, authenticity. With millions of dollars on the line, there are many fake items out there. Always get your expensive items checked by a professional grading company. Get these 4 rules right, and you could be rich. So remember, my friends, that simple, forgotten toy sitting at the bottom of a cardboard box in your attic might actually pay for your next brand new house. The world of collectibles is wild, unpredictable, and can make you a lot of money if you know exactly what to look for. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden wealth all around us, make sure to hit that like button, and I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, what is the weirdest, oldest, or most valuable thing you still own from your childhood? Keep hunting, keep your eyes open, and I will see you in the next video.
Peace out!